Welcome back to Wittenberg Academy's Latin course. We are ready to continue first year Latin, and we are on lesson 28, so that's on page 48, and we're going to learn how to decline some adjectives. The adjective here at the bottom of the page is pulcher in the masculine, and you notice the E drops out, so the nominative singular is pulcher, and then the genitive is pulchri. So that instead of saying pulcheri, they say pulchri. That short E sound just drops out. So and then it's just our normal second declension endings. Pulcher, pulchri, pulchro, pulchrum, pulchro, pulchri, pulchrorum, pulchris, pulchros, pulchris. Right, so easy enough. And then, of course, adjectives match the noun they modify in gender, number, and case. So the endings won't necessarily always be spelled the same, because as we learned, we've got a few different ways of spelling a masculine ablative singular. There are sets of different endings, but a noun and the adjective that's modifying the noun will agree in gender, number, and case. They'll both be masculine, they'll both be singular, they'll both be accusative. Or they'll both be feminine, they'll both be plural, they'll both be dative, whatever the case may be. So, on the top of page 49, in a similar manner, decline aqua bona, good water, and templum magnum. So again, very, very simple exercise now. We're seeing how nouns and adjectives go together. We've got some names here that make a lot of sense just with these endings, and now some vocabulary to add to your vocabulary cards. Atramentum, atramentum, ink. Cum, it's a preposition. It takes the ablative case and it means with or together with. So atramentum means ink. Cum takes the ablative, it means with or together with. Malus is bad or wicked. Pretiosus is valuable, precious, pricey. Pro is a preposition, goes with the ablative, means in defense of, for or in defense of. Usually just means for. Pugna, a feminine noun, it means a fight or a battle. Pugnus is masculine, it's a fist. So there's a very clear example of needing to know the differences in meaning between a masculine noun and a feminine noun. Pugna and pugnus are completely different words. One's fight, one's fist. And vesperi is an adverb meaning in the evening. Alright, so once again for the translation, you can pause the video in between and try to work out the translation yourself, and then come and listen to how I did it and see where you're making your mistakes, and then study this vocabulary and just get back into the swing of things now that we're in second semester and really have things running again with studying every day your endings and your vocabulary. Alright, sentence 1. Robertus cum malo puero pugnabat. Robertus cum malo puero pugnabat. Alright, so the first thing we do is we look for a verb. The verb is pugnabat. What kind of verb is that? It's indicative, and it is what tense? Is it present, imperfect, perfect, future perfect? It's imperfect, third person singular. Pugnabat, he was fighting. Is there a nominative to go with it? Yes, Robertus. So Robert was fighting. Cum malo puero. Cum means with, takes the ablative, so malo and puero are both in the ablative. Robert was fighting with a bad boy. Sentence 2. Henricus et Jacobus pulchra dona puellis portabant. Henricus et Jacobus pulchra dona puellis portabant. Okay. So again, what is the verb portabant? Again, it's an imperfect. This time third person plural. They were taking, they were carrying. Who was doing the carrying? We're looking for something in the nominative. Henricus et Jacobus. So Henry and James were carrying beautiful gifts, pulchra dona, beautiful gifts to the girls. What case is puelis, to the girls, dative. What case is pulchra dona, accusative. Gulielmus atleta filius Stephani multa praemia praetiosa habet. What is the verb? Habet. That is present, indicative active, third person singular. Present tense, indicative mood or mode, third person singular. An active voice. He has. Who has? William. William, athleta. William the athlete, the son of Stephen. William the athlete, the son of Stephen, has many precious praemia, prizes. Many costly prizes. Sentence 4. Paulus cartum et atramentum a Carlo postulabat. Paulus cartum et atramentum a Carlo postulabat. The verb is postulabat. It's indicative, it's active, it's third person singular. What tense is it? Imperfect. Was asking or asked. Who asked? Something in the nominative. Paulus, Paul. Paul asked. What did he ask? Paul asked paper and ink. Right? Cartum et atramentum. Paper and ink a Carlo, from Charles. Paul asked for, we would say in English, for paper and ink from Charles. Sentence 5. Ubi Ricardus et Cornelius Harry Vesperi errant. What's the verb? Errant. Imperfect, indicative active, third person singular, they were. Who were? Ricardus et Cornelius. Two names in the nominative. So, ubi, where were Richard and Cornelius Harry Vesperi yesterday evening? Sentence 6. Superatne Albertus Carolum. Superatne Albertus Carolum. What's the verb? Superat. What does that mean? Superat. To overcome. And that erat on the ending, it's third person singular. It's imperfect. It's who was doing the super. What does superat mean? Overcome, to be above. So did Albert overcome Charles? Did Albert overcome Charles? Sentence 7. Cur Gualterus equum album ex stabilo in agrum mittit. Cur Gualterus equum album ex stabilo in agrum mittit. What is the verb? Mittit. Third person singular, present tense. He sends. Why does Walter send equum album? That's in the accusative. That's what he's sending. Why did Walter send a white horse ex stabilo, from the stable, in agrum, into the field? In sentence 8. Marcus magnum pretium pro tritico expectavit. Marcus magnum pretium pro tritico expectavit. What is the verb? Expectavit, from expecto. So that abit ending, that's future. Future tense, third person singular. Indicative active. Who is doing it? Marcus. Marcus will be expecting. Marcus will be expecting magnum pretium, a big price, a large price, a good price, pro tritico, for the wheat. Marcus will expect a high price for the wheat. Right. That is it for lesson 28. Study those vocabulary words. Study those forms from previous lessons. We'll just do lesson 28 for this week, and then next week we'll get back on our schedule of trying to do 2 lessons per week. So this week, do some review, get yourself back into the habit of studying every day, complete this new lesson, and we'll go forward from there.